You should know, first of all, you should know there are about 17,000 law enforcement agencies in the United States. That's a lot, but a lot of them include 2 or 3 person sheriff's departments in rural America. And so when I say 17,000, that's a little bit deceptive. That said, there are 200 police oversight agencies in the country, so there's a big gap. The point being that most of the large cities in the United States have some type of external independent review of the police. And smaller agencies do not have external review mechanisms in place necessarily. It's not necessarily cost effective, but most large cities over a population of 100,000 have some type of independent police oversight. Without getting into a symposium on police oversight models, I think it's important for me to just to explain to you quickly the range of police oversight agencies. And I try to explain this by sort of imagining a continuum. On one hand, you have investigative model agencies, and I'll talk about another agency here in New York City in a second, but you have investigative agencies, external agencies that investigate allegations of police misconduct. So examples of that would be the Civilian Complaint Review Board here in New York. Another agency would be the Office of Police Accountability in San Francisco. Chicago is sort of retooling its oversight mechanisms now, but had an agency like that. I started up and headed up the local agency in Washington, D.C., Office of Police Complaints. Those are investigative model agencies. You have lots of investigators, perhaps some with police backgrounds, some not with police backgrounds, investigating citizen allegations of police misconduct. On the other end of the continuum, you have these newer agencies, such as our agency here in New York, and inspectors general that look at these systemic, broad patterns and practices of police misconduct and other policing issues. And there's sort of been a development in the last 10 years. More and more agencies like this have been opening up around the country. In Denver, I would say the western United States has sort of been at the forefront. Various cities in Southern California have had inspector general-like agencies for years. San Francisco, I think, is now having a debate about this. The city of Seattle recently enacted legislation creating inspector general, as did Chicago a few months ago. So that seems to be the trend in the United States. Let's hire leaner, meaner offices that are looking at these broad patterns of police activities rather than investing the resources into investigating every citizen complaint of misconduct.